Have you ever looked at your life and thought, I know I'm capable of more than this? Not because you lack ambition, but because somehow, despite all your ideas, plans, and potential, you still feel stuck. You want to change your life. You think about your future constantly. You imagine bigger things for yourself. But when it's finally time to act, your mind freezes. Suddenly the smallest tasks feel exhausting. You delay things you deeply care about. You overthink simple decisions. And every day that passes quietly adds more guilt. So why does this happen? Why do some of the most ambitious people struggle to move forward? And what if feeling stuck has nothing to do with laziness, but everything to do with the way modern ambition slowly overwhelms the human mind? Ambitious people often suffer from a very specific kind of pressure. The pressure of potential. People around them see talent. They see intelligence. They see creativity. And eventually, they begin seeing it too. And that's where the pressure begins. Because once you become aware of what you could become, ordinary life starts feeling uncomfortable. Every wasted day feels heavier. Every distraction feels guiltier. And over time, ambition stops feeling inspiring, and starts feeling like pressure sitting silently in the background of your life. Most ambitious people don't struggle because they think too little. They struggle because they think too much. Their minds are constantly analyzing possibilities. What if this fails? What if I choose the wrong path? What if I waste years? So instead of moving, they stay trapped in preparation mode. Researching. Planning. Waiting for certainty. But overthinking creates a dangerous illusion. It feels like progress, while slowly replacing real action. Modern ambition faces a problem human beings were never designed for. Constant stimulation. Every app, every notification, every short video trains the brain to crave instant reward. And slowly, deep work begins to feel emotionally uncomfortable. Reading feels slow. Building feels hard. Focus feels painful. Not because you're incapable, but because your attention span is being fragmented every single day. The modern world profits from distracted minds. And slowly, the ability to focus becomes harder to protect. Ambitious people rarely struggle with lack of goals. Their minds are usually overcrowded with possibilities. Build a business, reinvent yourself, create content, learn skills, improve your body, fix your life. And eventually the brain becomes overwhelmed by too many open loops. So instead of choosing one direction, it freezes completely. Because sometimes feeling stuck isn't caused by lack of ambition. It's caused by carrying too much ambition at once. Perfectionism is one of the most socially accepted forms of fear. It sounds responsible. It sounds ambitious. But underneath perfectionism is usually one deeper fear, the fear of discovering your limits. Because if you never fully try, you never fully fail. So ambitious people keep adjusting plans. Keep restarting routines. Keep waiting for the perfect version of themselves to appear. But perfectionism doesn't protect potential. It slowly delays it. Sometimes people call themselves lazy, when they're actually emotionally exhausted. Ambitious people place enormous pressure on themselves internally. Constant self-comparison. Constant urgency. Constant guilt for not doing enough. And eventually the mind becomes tired of carrying expectations all day long. So it escapes into avoidance. Not because it wants destruction, but because it desperately wants relief. One of the biggest traps ambitious people fall into is waiting to feel ready. Ready to start. Ready to post. ready to change, ready to become confident. But readiness is rarely a feeling that arrives first. Most people become confident after taking action, not before it. Which means many ambitious people spend years waiting for emotional certainty, while life quietly keeps moving without them. So maybe the real question is, what if feeling stuck doesn't mean you're broken? What if it simply means your mind has been overloaded for too long? Because ambitious people often carry invisible pressure every single day. Pressure to improve faster. Pressure to figure life out. Pressure to become the person they imagined they could be. And eventually, the mind gets tired. Not weak. Not lazy. Just overwhelmed. The truth is, most people don't change their lives through one massive moment of motivation. They change through small actions repeated consistently, even while feeling uncertain. One focused hour. One difficult decision. One day of finally starting instead of overthinking. Because clarity rarely appears before action. It usually appears after it. And maybe moving forward isn't about becoming fearless overnight. Maybe it's simply about learning to take one step before your mind feels completely ready. Because ambitious people don't need more pressure. They need direction. They need balance. And sometimes, they just need to stop fighting themselves long enough to begin.